You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
Sunrise on the horizon. Sky is blue, no denying. News with Skyjack Morgan.
Good morning, rebels. Good morning.
Every headline, every story. Give your morning some glory. Stay informed.
Whoa! Never had one lesson. Never had one lesson. Never had one lesson. Oh, we're going to start out with some Rachel Maddow and Jesse Waters today. It'll be a good time. Good time. Good times. Good morning headlines. How the heck are you, everybody? Yeah, get that coffee out, parallelish. Welcome to the show, everybody. How the heck are you, everybody? I hope you're having a beautiful day out there. I'm happy that you are alive. It is a gorgeous morning in America. We have a country filled with chomos and people who defend chomos. We are drawing a line between two types of Americas. Those who defy chomos and those who defend chomos. Which one will you be? Will you be the ones who defy the chomocracy, or will you be one of those who defends the chomocracy? Which one would you like to be? Which one would you like to be remembered for? If we're going to put it on your tombstone, which would you rather be? The kind of person who defends chomocracy, or the kind of person who defies chomocracy? It's up to you. You get to be whatever kind of person you want to be in life. That's the beautiful thing about life, man. You get to be whatever you want to be. It really is exciting. The detention center in my state has been canceled. Nice. I like to hear it. Lasers, swords. Nice. I like to see the rebel yells in the morning. I hope that you're all pouring a cup of coffee with me if you're in the AM hours. A lot of you are probably in the evening hours if you're on the other side of the world and all of that. Me, I'm on the moon. I'm on the moon because they're starting to hold some people accountable. It's starting to look a little wild these days. You know, maybe the Supreme Court's going to come through for us. Lately, I don't know. I've been following the Supreme Court today. I don't have any of this in the show today, but I think tomorrow we might, about Cuba. It looks like we might be. I've been saying this for a while, like we're not going to go to Iceland or Greenland or Panama. We're not really doing that. We're going to go to Cuba. Cuba is what we're going to do. Venezuela, of course, was just another hop, skip, and a jump just trying to get to Cuba. We're just trying to get reasons to go to Cuba. And it's exciting. I mean, we haven't had a war with Cuba in 100-something years, man. It's been a while. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. Look, we're going to jump right in because we have a lot of content today to get through, and I'm so happy you're here. Thank you so much for being channel members. I've set the chat to be subscriber only. You have to subscribe for 1 minute in order to chat today. We'll see what difference that makes. Maybe we'll have fewer bots. That's what I'm thinking. I don't mind MAGA trolls. I just don't like bots. I don't like people who are obviously Russian operatives. It's funny. I just saw a thing. I don't know if you saw on Sunday, John Oliver did a story on Twitter, and they find out that all of these kind of interesting accounts that are like America's for Trump, right? America's for MAGA, MAGA America. And they find out that most of those accounts, guess what? They're in Africa or Asia, not here. Kind of wild, right? I think it's kind of crazy. Do you think, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but I think it is funny. All these super pro MAGA it just goes to show that these MAGAs are completely, MAGAs are they're manipulated by foreign entities. Donald Trump might be a foreign asset. I have a lot of people out there telling me that Donald Trump's just a foreign asset, that he's owned by somebody else and destroying America from the inside. I mean, if you were gonna do it, this is how you would do it. So it makes sense. But the fact that now we have all of these folks, like, as soon as you could tell the location of the Twitter accounts, all of these Twitter accounts that are posting memes of like Donald Trump as Neo in the Matrix and stuff, it turns out this stuff is they're all in Eastern Europe, Asia, and Africa. They're just scammers. Americans, we are so easily scammed. It's like I keep on saying this, but it's just like we're all a bunch of rubes. We're all a bunch of Southern rubes. Like, I guess that's a thing, man. We got too many people living in the South still. We should have brought them more into the fold after the Civil War. You know, we should have done more to make them feel like real Americans. But instead, the South is filled with people who are very afraid of the foreigner and very afraid of compassion, very afraid of all the stuff Jesus talked about. I mean, it's wild to me. And here we are. They're kowtowing to a New Yorker who comes in and rips them off, a con man from New Yorker and con men from Nigeria saying like, I am American and I love America. They're in Nigeria on a Twitter account making thousands of dollars a month by posting shit memes on Twitter. MAGA memes on Twitter, they get lots of money, and plus Twitter pushes them out more heavily. It is kind of fun. They just stay down there and festered. I think that's seriously. I mean, I'm not joking. I love the South. I've been there lots of times and I love it. But I think you're right. John Oliver's a corporate lackey. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but I watch his show, and I watched this show about the Twitter thing. I thought it was pretty good. But all that shit's corporate lackeys. What do you mean? They're all This is why you got to support independent media, stuff like this. But I mean, this show, we rely on a lot of corporate lackeys. I mean, I'm watching a lot of corporate lackeys today. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. All right. Are you ready? Florida. Oh, Florida's a little different, isn't it? Florida's a little bit different. They're a little bit different. They're not the same as everybody else. Florida's a special case because in the north of Florida, they're like the United States South. But in the south of Florida, they got their own thing going on. It's very different in Florida. You like Florida, though, right? MAGA sends more money overseas than anyone. Yeah. They just send more money overseas. You're absolutely right, Parallelish. That's right. And they're just down there festering, sending money overseas. It's kind of crazy. It is pretty crazy. All right, I want to see this thing by your friend. We got to start. We got to start the news. This is a #1 news reaction show on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. What the hell? Oh. Thank you so much for being here. It's the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. My name is Skyjack Morgan, the independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. I hope that you watch my shit on Predator's Badlands. I made a little video on Predator Badlands. I hope you like it. I think it came out pretty good. Watch it on double speed.
Check this out. This is one of those things that means one thing on the surface, but it means something really deep and important right below that. In response to, quote, significant shifts in federal criminal enforcement that depart from historical prosecutorial practices, the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers has launched a criminal case tracker to monitor and analyze select federal prosecutions that reflect unusual or aggressive uses of criminal law. Unusual refers to charging decisions, enforcement theories, or prosecutorial tactics that mark a departure from past norms. The tracker provides defense counsel with access to key filings, decisions, and outcomes to support effective advocacy. So at one level, this is a very specific practical thing. The National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, NACDL, they've launched a new interactive map and online resource for defense lawyers to find cases in jurisdictions all over the country where the Trump Justice Department has behaved weirdly, has gone off the rails, where they have undermined the grand jury process, where they have wildly overcharged people for minor...
Where they did weird shit. Where did they do weird shit? Why is MAGA lawyer stuff always weird? Why are they always doing the weird stuff? How come they're always a bunch of weirdos?
Offenses where they've relied on plainly bogus evidence from immigration agents, that sort of thing. I think this is really important. It is important practically, but it is also important to the country in a really big way, right? Because here is definitely a really great practical tool to help defense lawyers protect their individual clients if they find themselves caught up in one of these prosecutions from this out of control, deformed Trump Justice Department. Right? It's practical for those lawyers defending those individual people who are caught up in this thing. But it's also bigger than that. It's also a way to separate out this stuff that they're doing and say, you know what, this is not normal. We're not putting this in the long historical stack of norms that make up the basis of future activity by the Justice Department. This behavior by this Justice Department in this time should be seen as unusual, as aberrant, as not normal. This stuff has to be viewed differently. It gets a big asterisk in legal history. That's really important, because one of the things that's going to be really important for when we come out the other side of all of this is that the behavior of this Justice Department from this time is going to have to be walled off and bracketed as not precedent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Not precedent? No, it's going to fuck up our country for the rest of our lives. Every little stupid thing they've done, there's going to be precedent for it now in our Congress. This is how it works, man. This is how it works. They go to court, they do stupid stuff, and now that's precedent. And even if you don't even if you think it's not going to be a big deal today, it will fester. It will suppurate. It will be disgusting by the time. Give a little time. Look what's happened with all sorts of laws that Donald Trump is bringing up from the 18th century. We're taking the shit, and we can use it later on down the line. That is how the presidency and the Congress, how they fuck up their whole power structure, how they destroy any kind of power of the people, is they pass these laws and they also do case precedent. Every time they bring some weird case into the public sphere, into the court, now you're setting precedent. And that's how law works. There's case law and there's what do you call it? Book law, right? You do two different things, right? One's like it's on the books, this is the law, and one is like, well, these judges decided this shit in the past, so we can also decide this shit. We don't want to go against precedent. That's how it works. Some southern states are always angry because some have been drinking from the same Kool-Aid of hate for many years. Yeah, man, they can't get rid of it. They can't stop. They can't stop it. They can't stop, won't stop, right, Stevie? They can't stop, won't stop. They can't. You love that. You love it. You love it, baby. Drink a cup of coffee on me, Steve. Oh, I'm drinking coffee out of a Yeti cup. It's so hot. It's too hot. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for being here, everybody. The #1 news reaction show on YouTube. That was Rachel Maddow. Let's see what they're talking about.
Totally classy.
It's been really hard lately because I have been trying. On the show, I try to bring on Fox News. I try to bring on Newsmax. I try to bring on other news sources. But lately, they've only been talking about like the AOC gaffe in Munich and Gavin Newsom. Like, that's all they're talking about. They are not talking about anything of substance because all of the stuff that happens in the news right now, well, lately, has been it's reflected very badly on the president. And Fox News just won't report it. They just aren't talking about it. It speaks volumes, really. It really lets you know where the score is. What the score is, the lay of the land. But they finally did something. They're talking about your friend, Steve. Power hungry is always the push the people as far as possible to see if the people push back. That's right. That's it. They push back. They rush us. They're always doing that, but they're like the cowardly lion. All you got to do is pop them in the nose. They're a bunch of bullies, and all you got to do is pop them in the nose, and they'll fold. But the problem is, the most American people are just so afraid, terrified of standing up for themselves. It really is quite sad. It's quite sad. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Anyway, the FBI director, Kashyap Patel, went to Milan. Now, when we found out he was going to Milan, a lot of people got really pissed off and were like, why are you going to Milan? What the hell? You're FBI director. Why are you taking our private jet to Milan? You're taking our jet to Milan? What are you doing? And he's like, oh, it's all business. Trust me, it's all business. It's all business. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy in Milan. And then, of course, we found out that he was pulling a full-on heated rivalry party in the locker room of the hockey team. He's like, he's really into hockey players, apparently. I don't know what it is with all you MAGA guys that are really into hanging out in the locker room with, like, big dudes. Like, what is with you guys? Like, I don't know. Like, it's their party, bro. You weren't on the team. They had a party and you crashed it. The fact that Kashyap Patel cracked the code and he's like, I'm gonna take my private jet that the American people paid for and hang out in the locker room. No women, okay? No women. We're going to party and get wasted, get white girl wasted in the locker room with the men's hockey team. We just won gold medal. There's going to be a lot of schlongs out. We're going to have a good old time. Nice sausage party. It's weird, right? Is it weird? Does anyone else think that's weird? Like, if you are going to go to a party, don't you want, like, I don't know. Don't you want members of the opposite sex there? If you're straight. Don't you want that? Millions of the people stood for pirate scammers. 2 died for them. What are you talking about? Pirate scammers? Millions of people stood up for pirate scammers. Yo ho, yo ho. Are you talking about the pirate scammers when the American government went and like hijacked oil tankers in the Caribbean? Are you talking about that? Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. A pirate's life for me. 2 died for them. What are you talking about, pirate scammers? Millions of people stood up for pirate scammers. I don't know what that is, pirate scammers. Are you talking about the piracy in the Caribbean? The Pirates of the Caribbean? I hope you are. Weird that the team was cool with Cash being there. Yeah, it's weird that the team it's overshadowed the fact that they won the gold medal. It overshadowed the gold medal win for the American hockey team. Now everyone's talking about Kashyap Patel being there. Why are they letting that nerd in? Hey! Oh, thank you, Radio Parlesk. Thank you so much. And you got the job. You're incredible. What a scholar and a gentle person. Thank you so much, Radio Parlesk. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Channel members get all sorts of exclusive footage and exclusive content and exclusive streams. It's rad. Congratulations, Radio. Way to go. I hope your boss treats you as well as mine does. I hope your boss treats you as well as my boss treats me. Yes. Oh, that's the case when they are the new age pirates. We're the new age pirates. We're it. All right, so here we are. Jesse Waters says he loves men's locker rooms. Why are you making a big deal about this?
Defeat. It was just a great unifying moment for the country, and I was really glad I was able to capture it. So I wake up the next morning and I look at my phone, and the left is just dumping all over the game. And I'm like,
the left was not dumping all over the game. This guy is a liar. The left likes sports as much as the next guy. Everyone loves sports balls. Everyone loves hockey. We just don't all love having a heated rivalry party in the locker room with the team afterwards. We don't use our influence to try to get in there so that we can gargle balls or something. What the fuck is he doing in the locker room, man? He's not welcome. Is this Revenge of the Nerds? I think this is Revenge of the Nerds. Damn it, the star of Revenge of the Nerds died yesterday. He's 71 years old. It's kind of sad, right? Revenge of the Nerds. This is Revenge of the Nerds. This is it.
This is why we can't stand you. This is why we don't go around with you guys. You
They're dumping on. We don't go around with you guys. You guys dumped on the game.
guys make everything political. It's a hockey game, and it's not like the Bruins versus the.
Okay. Who made the hockey game political? Who made the hockey game political? Was it the liberals? Was it the Democrats? Was it the leftists? Was it the communists? The anarchists like me? Were we the ones that made the hockey team political? Is that who did it? Or was it the little dirtbag goober who went, broke into the locker room and filmed it, paying for the whole party and chugging beers on camera with our money, with federal taxpayer dollars? That's who paid for that party. Who politicized it? The left? The liberals? Or Kashyap Patel? Because last time I checked, Kashyap Patel is the one off the reservation. Kashyap Patel is the one who took a private jet that we pay for to Milan to have a party, to have a heated rivalry reenactment in the locker room. What in the hell? The left politicized the hockey team. Oh dear. The left is making everything political.
It's like American hockey, and they're trying to create a scandal.
First of all, calling hockey American, well, whatever, man. I don't care. Call it whatever you want. American hockey, fucking Canadian hockey. I don't care. It seems to be more a Canadian thing, but whatever, man. You love hockey, dude. I didn't know you loved hockey so much there, Jesse Waters. You've been watching Heated Rivalry. You're really into it, I bet. You're really into it. You try to like reenact the scenes with your grinder hookups. You're like, do it like that guy in Heated Rivalry. If you guys don't know, HBO has a show about gay hockey players right now, and I haven't seen it, but people I know tell me it's really good, but I haven't seen an episode of it. But I wouldn't be against watching it. I just was like, oh, hockey? Actually, it was funny. I was like, I don't mind the gay shit. I don't really care. It's not, I mean, but hockey? Why would I want to watch a show about hockey? And everyone's like, it's not about hockey. It's about all these other things. I'm like, hockey? If tax didn't go to pirates, sports, or bombs, Fox Brown children, then it would go to shrimp running on treadmills. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I loved shrimp running on treadmills. You know, they did do a thing about the shrimp running on treadmills. You're talking about a scientific experiment they did a long time ago that actually wasn't what they said it was. I mean, they did this thing about a shrimp running on a treadmill, and then people made a big deal about it because it was like a small amount of NIH dollars went towards this experiment that wasn't about shrimp running on treadmills. Of course, it was about, I don't know, some other thing. And anyway, so yeah, great. If tax dollars don't go to scientific experiments on animals, totally okay with that. I don't think we should be experimenting on animals. But I mean, let's not tell lies. I mean, shrimp running on treadmills wasn't actually the experiment. It was just part of this larger thing. Sports or bombs for brown children. I agree. We shouldn't be using tax dollars to bomb brown children. But don't worry, there's always tax dollars for brown children. The problem is Kashyap Patel didn't say anything about bombing brown kids or pirates or shrimp on treadmills. His problem was when Chris Wray had a private jet, and he said that the American taxpayers shouldn't be spending any money on private jets for the FBI director when it wasn't him. He made a career out of talking shit on FBI directors using private planes and spending public funds. And now he is FBI director because of a twist of fate, because of this weirdness I live in, because Donald Trump is like a child wandering in the dark with a pin on trying to pin his tail on us, whatever, trying to play and pin the tail on the donkey. And so he appointed Kashyap Patel, and what does he do? He uses private jets paid for by taxpayers so that he could go to the Olympics. Now, I'm sorry. I don't remember Chris Ray ever getting drunk and going to the Olympics and pouring beer all over himself. So what are you defending Kashyap Patel? Is that your position, Steve? Is that who's with me on this? Who's against me? You think that do you think that Kashyap Patel should be using American tax dollars to go party and have heated rivalry parties? What do you want to do? Do you think that that's a thing, especially knowing that he made a career out of saying that they should not have jets at all, that he would sell the jets, and yet here we are. He said that. I mean, it'd be like me telling you to not it'd be like me telling you to not get your picture taken at the airport, which I do all the time, and then you see me getting my picture taken at the airport. I mean, no, fuck that. I don't do it. I don't go through that scanner. I don't do the x-ray. I don't do it. But if you saw me doing it, you would be right to be like, what the heck, Sky? You always tell other people not to do it, because hypocrisy is bullshit. You hate hypocrites.
I love how Democrats are like, why have we lost men? Oh, I don't know.
We have not lost men, and I'm not a Democrat, but nobody lost men. You you are not a man. I don't know what this guy is, but a man, he's a lizard person.
Maybe this is the reason you lost men, is because the FBI director's drinking a beer in the locker room after he's drinking a beer. Oh, he's drinking a beer. Kash Patel.
Look how unhinged this guy's lost the thread, dude. This guy's crashing out. Jesse Waters is crashing out. Who has made this political? If no one went, if Kashyap Patel wasn't in Milan and for some reason partying in the locker room, then we would not be in the situation even talking about it. We'd be like, yay, gold medals. America loves gold medals. But we're not allowed to talk about the great success of our U.S. men's national hockey team because Kashyap Patel stole the thunder. That's why politicians are not fucking welcome at sporting events. Politicians should never be at sporting events. It's a long-standing tradition. Because, Hitler went to the... Never mind.
Puts the phone on speaker. The president invites them to the State of the Union to show him love in the greatest night of the year. Everyone's watching, the whole country. It's going to be great. And the Democrats are complaining. Why? I don't know. They say they're upset.
You don't know? Because the country's in turmoil, man, and nobody wants to go to the State of the Union. The State of the Union's tonight, I think.
That because it costs money?
You gonna watch it?
It costs money? Wait, every single presidential administration sends a delegation to the Olympics. Obama sent his Homeland Security Secretary twice. Obama sent Biden to the Olympics. It's like special. It's like the biggest.
Did they go suck dick in the locker room?
It's like the Super Bowl of the world. It's the biggest security event of the year. You get every security chief in Europe in there. There's conferences. Everyone's talking. He goes, and he's a hockey guy. The guy is in a men's league at his age in D.C., loves hockey. I'm not sure if Democrats realize this because I don't watch a lot of sports. Usually when there's a VIP.
Yeah, Democrats don't watch sports, everybody. Isn't it funny to me? It's like, I know a lot of Democrats, and they're like, just like Republicans. You realize that the Republicans and Democrats are almost identical, right? There's very little difference between. We have a uniparty in America, and these imbeciles will be like, Democrats don't like sports. What the fuck are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Democrats don't like sports? What? You just got finished saying that Joe Biden went to the Olympics, and then you say Democrats don't like sports. What are you talking about? Oh, that monopoly money is going to be wasted. Thank you so much. Hey, Speaker Sargon of Akkad. That monopoly money is going to be wasted no matter what we think about its proper use at this point. $36 trillion, bro. Just let them fiddle. Yeah, I guess, again, I'm not saying that it's the money. The money is, I guess, like, everybody already had a comment about the money. Like, why the fuck is the FBI director of all people taking his private jet, our private jet, to Milan? And then he lied and said, it's all business. I'm not even going to any parties. And then they show him drinking and pouring beer all over himself and having a wet t-shirt contest inside of the locker room with all the boys. Now, The hypocrisy, I think, is what pisses people off. It's always what pisses people off. It's what pisses people off when, especially when Republicans, they claim to be, I would never do, I'm pure as the driven snow. I would never do anything that was, and then you find out that they are paying prostitutes to piss on them, or fucking women, porn stars on their golf courses and paying them off so that they keep quiet while their baby mamas or wives are raising their infant children. And then it's a hypocrisy. You see, it's not really about Stormy Daniels. It's about the hypocrisy. The fact that he calls himself a Christian now and says that he's pure and doesn't do anything wrong. He is God. He protects women and he cares about them. And then you find out, no, he's paying prostitutes, porn stars, and the like on the golf course, asking to be spanked with a picture of himself on the cover of a magazine while his wife raises his child in a dark room alone somewhere as an infant child. It's like, the hypocrisy is the problem. It's not really the money. The money is how you catch them, you see. Then you find out that Donald Trump used money, our money, and campaign finance in order to pay the woman off. Well, that is a felony. That's felony fraud. So this is where we go. Like, was it the felony fraud that pissed us all off? No. The felony fraud is the legal shit that we get him on. The thing that pissed us all off was the fact that he's a raging hypocrite. Hypocrisy is the thing that pisses us off. It's the same reason why when you meet vegans who are like, you meet vegans who are racists. I mean, you meet a racist vegan and you're like, you're a hypocrite. And they're like, well, I only care about animals. It's like, you're a hypocrite. You don't care about justice. You just care about this one. You just care about this one issue. You don't care about it for the right reasons. You're a hypocrite. You find out that, there's all sorts of things. Like in the vegan community, you have vegans who are rapists, or vegans who are misogynists, or vegans who are harming women or whatever. And you're like, you're a hypocrite. That's what's disgusting about it. You know what I'm saying? The whole system needs to collapse. Exactly. So I can be free. The system is collapsing, though. You're lucky. It's all falling down. And it is embarrassing, Co-Sider. You're absolutely right. It's embarrassing. It's disgusting. It's a matter of national embarrassment. Also, you might say that, well, Joe Biden went and these other guys went. Whatever, man. They didn't get filmed jerking off guys in the locker room after the game.
Game. Usually when there's a VIP, listen, I watched it. Did you? No.
Yes, I did. I watched more than you because I knew it was on because I'm an American.
Okay, Jessica, barely. So when you were
I watched more than you because I'm an American. That's so funny. The Democrat at the table.
VIP at an event, you get invited back to the locker room, or you get invited backstage at a concert. He's friends with the coach. He got invited back there. It's all good, and we're gonna have a great time Tuesday night celebrating the first men's gold since in 46 years?
Since 1980.
It's an amazing accomplishment. Click here to subscribe.
It's an amazing accomplishment only if we could have kept it from becoming political, but they have to make everything political. They have to be in every aspect of our lives until they are literally in the room with you, choosing your socks for you. This is how far they want to go. It's totalitarianism. They want to be in every part of your life. You won't be able to leave the house. You can't turn on your phone. This is why when you turn on Twitter now, you see Elon Musk's face. Elon Musk said something because they got to be part of every part of your life now. I'm not upset about the hypocrisy. I'm more miffed that they were putting children into stews and sandwiches. I completely agree with you on that, but I mean, it's just not the only story out there. This is a #1 news reaction show on YouTube, Steve. I know you know. I completely agree with you, though. I mean, it's hard to concentrate on anything and everything when rich people have been since the Roman times taking working class children and molesting them and eating them and killing them for fun, buying and selling them, trading them like Pokemon cards. This is what gotta catch 'em all type of situation with these billionaires and our children. I completely agree with you. How can we concentrate on anything in this world when this turns out to be a fact that we have been worried about forever. We've been worried about this for ages, about the billionaire class, the lazy class, those who contribute nothing to our lives, those who only take, are also taking our children. I totally agree with you. Completely agree. It pisses me off. Let's bring out the wood chippers, baby. I've been calling for guillotines for years. Everyone thought I was joking. Call me up. Tell me when you got the guillotines. Let's go. I see it all the time. People are being beaten in the street, and there's 50 people standing around and only 2 officers. And I say, what the heck? There's 50 of you. There's 50 of you. Do I have to remind you that there's 50 of you? I mean, my God. America, we got millions of guns. Millions of guns in America. There are only 900 billionaires. It's just a math problem at the end of the day. I'm not suggesting anything, by the way. This is all just fun. This is all just entertainment. But literally, we have millions of guns in America, probably hundreds of thousands of wood chippers all over America. There are probably hundreds of thousands. Let's see if Google knows. How many wood chippers exist in America? Okay, we have 21. Oh, they're trying to give me the capacity. Hold on. How many wood chippers exist in America at any given time? Let's see if it knows how many wood chippers. There's no exact publicly available census, but industry data indicates a substantial and growing number, with North America accounting for roughly 29% of the global wood chipper market. Okay, great. We own 29% of the wood chippers on planet Earth here in America, and yet we still have 900 billionaires. So you do the math, buddy. Do the math. Data indicates there are roughly 1,200 to 1,300 emergency department visits every year due to wood chippers. So 1,300 ER visits every year from wood chippers. We have 29% of the world's wood chippers. That's a good number to remember. I'll remember that for a while. We have 29% of the world's wood chippers, but we have 50% of the world's billionaires. Man, math problem. Just a math problem. Yeah. Only about 900 billionaires in America. That's all we got. Where's the NRA on that Trump quote? Oh, they actually did come out and say some stuff about how Trump wants to get rid of our guns, but they wanted to take his body of work in its entirety rather than just isolate one sentence, although they would never grant anybody else that same reprieve, that same wiggle room. Donald Trump, though, they want to take him as the whole picture, not just the few times that he had, single-handedly, unilaterally did an executive order on gun control, banning the bump stock, but also the 3 times now where he's talked about taking guns away from people without any kind of cause. So, they don't like talking about that, though. In order to become a billionaire, you have to step on people. No way around it. Hey, man, I'm with you. I'm with you. What are we going to do about it?
The Fox News YouTube page.
What are we going to do about it?
We are probably not going to have any more colleagues from either side, but I have some more questions. So I'm going to go into them, not at huge length, but you've been very, very helpful and cooperative, and I want to thank you in advance. The truth is that as we speak, literally, as you are here, the Trump administration is arming a paramilitary force, a new class of recruits, sending them out on the streets to repeat this.
ICE, the new class. It's like Saved by the Bell, the new class. ICE, the new class. I was trying to do the 90210. Hold on a second. The 90210 song. You know the 90210 song? That was the 90210 song. Sorry, everybody. It's not every day you get to hum the new class.
Kind of violence and brutality. It isn't an isolated or aberrant instance. It's the result of intentional institutional decisions, and we've documented here through the memo that Acting Director Lyons prepared and then concealed. It was used to instruct trainers like Mr. Schwank, beginning when he started in May, or rather in September, the memo dates from May. And it was used for hundreds of agents who now are on the streets and in our neighborhoods. These agents now have less training than most of the police officers in our police departments throughout Connecticut and throughout the country. They have less training than the state police of Connecticut and other state police forces throughout the country. And maybe
What could go wrong? What's your problem? Why would you want to train ICE agents anymore? What's to train? Brown people shoot. That's the training. Like, what did you want? How much training do you think the Gestapo got? We don't train these guys. They got less training than the cops. That's saying something, because cops, I mean, I don't know if you heard, whether you like cops, they got a PR problem. They got a major PR problem in America. Do you like cops? Are you a friend of the police? It's okay. It's okay. Some people love cops, but nobody can disagree that cops got a major PR problem. They look like a bunch of Keystone bumbling fools out there. They look like the patty rollers, the slave patrols. It's not looking good for police. No one likes them, man. It's not a good look. They ain't got a good look these days, wearing all black with the flak jackets and the machine guns. Look like paramilitary. All of our police are paramilitary. For the congressman to be like, well, you know, Donald Trump's got a private police force right now. It's a paramilitary organization. Yeah, they're all paramilitary right now. What are you talking about? Congress let it happen. This is the thing. Congress let this happen, and now they're being like, well, ICE, you know, we shouldn't have these things. Barry Obama, he's the one that expanded the ICE facilities, the ICE concentration camps. He's the one who did it. Barry Obama. It was inevitable. These guys paved the way for Donald Trump, man. This is like the thing that kills me about these Democrats. They're always like, well, they're out training these boys. Well, what the fuck were you guys doing? You weren't training them either. You weren't doing anything. You guys love it when the government is in everyone's business. Like, don't tell me Democrats don't love it when the government's all up in your shit, man. They love that shit. And when the Republicans do it, they're like, oh, this is unheard of. This is unprecedented. It's not unprecedented. Barack Obama did the same thing. And he didn't repeal shit. Didn't repeal the Patriot Act. Didn't repeal the War Powers Act. Didn't repeal shit. Expanded the powers of the president. Every president expands the power of the president. What do you think is going to happen when every president does the same thing and we do nothing about it? This is why when people are like, well, Sky, you know, you're not in a fascist government because you can still get on the YouTubes and say what you want. Barely. I still have to censor myself, and I'm not allowed to say everything I want to say. But I'm still also very small potatoes. We're living in a fascist government because every time we allow them to take more and more power from the people, from our representatives as well, and put it into build a column of power in the presidency, we get stuck. We get stuck with nothing. They get stuck with everything. That's it. How many lies do you think the buffoon will spew tonight? I'm guessing hundreds. Fact checkers will be working overtime to keep up. Well, Darren Connolly, I love it. What's the over-under, Darren? How about this, Darren Connolly? Maybe you get to choose the over-under. Let's do it. Are you taking the over or the under on the amount of lies? Well, actually, let's not say who's taking the over or under yet. What's the over under? Do you think 100 lies? He promised a very long State of the Union address. So what does that mean? Are we going to have to watch this asshole for 3 hours? I want to watch 90 Day Fiancé, but I'm going to have to watch this shit. What do you think? Come on. What do you think? I want to know what you got. What's the over under? How many lies? Like, what's a realistic example? Let's put it in Google. How many lies will Donald Trump tell tonight at the State of the Union address? Let's see. How many lies will the Mad Emperor Trumpery tell tonight? Contain 99%. Okay, fact checking it. Watch for. I don't got a clear number. How many lies? We got to say, what's the bet? Let's say there's got to be a gambling thing on here, right? Can we gamble on? 2026 address will be a long speech focused on second-term economic. Okay, previous record, the news conference in 2024, 160 misstatements, exaggerations, and lies within a 64-minute period. During a previous address, a betting site paid out on over 3.5 lies with negative 145 odds, meaning betting that he would lie was considered likely. Okay, so we're talking 145 is the over-under. Okay, 145. I think 145 is the over-under. Who's taking the over? Who's taking the under? I'm going to make a note. 8 truths. 3 truths. 3 truths over. 122, 183. Wow, 111. Okay, so the bookies had 145, and he got to 160. So you're taking the over. Do you guys think 145 is a fair over/under, or do you think it should be 160? Because we'll do a poll on the channel. 145. If you think it's 183, it's obviously one. That's over. That's over. So I guess it should be 145, 160. What do you think the over/under should be, you guys? 160 or 145? We'll do a poll on the channel in the community tab. How many lies do you think Donald Trump will tell? 145, 160. I think the over/under needs to be 145 to make it fair. Over/under. How long will he talk for? We don't know. We don't know how long he's going to talk. He promised a long one, which, he's an old man, though. It depends on how many drugs they give him, right? So, like 90 minutes to 2 hours. At 2 hours, that's a long State of the Union, dude. I don't know. 160 plus. You think 160 is the over/under? He talks slower now. He does. Yeah. Over/under. The name Biden. Oh shit! How many? Nurse Rod. How many times will Donald Trump mention the name Biden? Oh, dude, I'm gonna write this down. What's the over/under on how many times? Over/under on Biden. Over/under lies. I'm gonna say 160. 160 seems. But over/under on Biden, man, what is the over/under on Biden, bro? What is the over/under on how many times? 32? I'm taking 32 as the over/under. This will be fun. I love it. In Greenland, they are eating the dogs. Yeah, they're eating the dogs over in Greenland. How will he mention bombing Cuba? How about that? Will he mention bombing Cuba today? I think he's going to talk about bombing Cuba and bombing Iran more. I think Cuba will be. I think today will be the first time he mentions bombing Cuba. 15 says laser swords. What's the 15 for? Biden? Trump will repeat most of the lies he has told being a president during campaigning. Oh, voter ID. Yeah, he'll mention voter ID for sure. Voter ID. Cuba. Yeah. I wish I could take some action on this. It'd be a great gambling pool. But I like the over/under bets. Biden and the lies. I think we'll do those on the channel. It'd be great. All right. The violent left. For sure he's going to mention the violent left. Yeah, the violent radical left. Violent and radical.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal, Representative Garcia, members of the committee. My name is Ryan Schwank. I swore an oath to uphold the Constitution when I joined ICE on August 1st, 2021, as an assistant chief counsel.
14 Bidens, I got 32.
Years, working side by side with ICE officers. And I followed it when I resigned on February 13th, 2026, a little over a week ago, so that I could speak to you today. I am here because I am duty-bound to report the legally required training program at the ICE Academy is deficient, defective, and broken. 5 months ago, I was asked to teach the law to new cadets at the ICE Academy in Glencoe, Georgia, where ICE is training its new, inexperienced recruits. I volunteered, those without law enforcement training, I volunteered to take on this assignment based on my experience in law enforcement oversight, including at the state and local level prior to my work with ICE. On my first day, I received secretive orders to teach new cadets to violate the Constitution by entering homes without a judicial warrant. For the last 5 months, I watched ICE dismantle the training program, cutting 240 hours of vital classes from a 584-hour program. Classes that teach the Constitution, our legal system, firearms training, the use of force, lawful arrests, proper detention.
Okay, so clearly the Constitution doesn't matter. Lethal force classes don't matter. They've got all that shit. I love that somebody in the government's like, so we've got to make some cuts. What should we cut? We have some classes on the Constitution and people's rights. Yeah, no, we don't need that. We got some questions about when it's right to use lethal force in America. Nah. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. We don't need any classes on that for ICE. No. We have some Spanish language class. Nah. No. Legal detainment? No, we don't need that. That falls under Constitution shit. Forget it. Well, we have what's this at the bottom? It's the sanity clause. They have to be sane. Sanity clause? You can't fool me. There's no such thing as a sanity clause. That was a Groucho Marx bit. Thank you. There's no such thing as a sanity clause. You can't fool me. There's no thing. What's this thing at the bottom? ICE agents sanity clause. There's no such thing as a sanity clause. This guy's telling us that they're not even training these
limits
guys.
Of officers' authority. For example, they ceased all of the legal instructions regarding use of force. This means that cadets are not taught what it means to be objectively reasonable. The very standard which the law requires them to meet when
Well, I mean, the president doesn't know what it means to be objectively reasonable. Come on now.
deciding whether or not to use deadly force. Our jobs as instructors are to teach them so well that they can make split-second decisions about what they can and cannot do in life or death situations. Yet, in the name of churning out an endless stream of officers, DHS leadership has dismantled the academic and practical tests that we need to know if cadets can safely and lawfully perform their
This is all. Yeah. You can't need that much training to go to a Home Depot or Taco Town. Come on, get real. This is all fake and unstraight. Yeah. The Constitution. Here's the thing, dude. Oh shit! I almost broke everything. Thank you. You can't need that much training to go to a Home Depot or Taco Town. Sure, I'm with you. You do not need that much. But when you take people out of the Taco Town, you got to know what the Constitution is. Like, when do you get to steal people? When do you get to kidnap people? If you're a law enforcement officer, welcome to law enforcement. You're allowed to kidnap people. When am I allowed to when am I allowed to do that? Don't worry about it. Just do it. Whatever you want. We'll have your back. You will? You promise? Sure we will. We're the American government. We always have our people's backs. Don't you worry. We'll be right there with you. Don't worry. Just make sure you keep your mask on. You'll be fine. Yeah, I guess like it only matters if you think I guess, Steve, do you think the Constitution's gay? I don't know if I ever asked you that. Do you think the Constitution's gay? I think people should be learning the Constitution always. I think they should have a constitutional class when you get a job at the gas station. Hey, here are your rights. In fact, they sort of do. In break areas at jobs, they have these things on the walls that say, "Hey, these are your rights in America." They have to post them. I think they should make you sit through a class when you join the workforce. Here are your rights as a worker. It would think how many problems it would solve if everyone just knew their rights. Be pretty cool. Supreme Court will be cursed by Trump. I'm actually wondering if all the Supreme Court justices will show up. I mean, he called them lap dogs and things. Yeah, the Constitution is unstraight. Yeah, my rights are unstraight. Thank you. Unbelievable. I can't wait. I can't wait for the State of the Union. I can't wait. I'll probably be upset and wanting to punch my TV, but yeah. Anyway, there's the whistleblower for ICE saying that they're not training people about the Constitution or about people's rights or when it's legal to kidnap people. That's fun.
Keeping people from harassing the sea lions at La Jolla Cove has really been an ongoing challenge for park rangers.
Well, it's something we always talk about here. And this weekend, a family of visitors went too far with children reportedly throwing sand and rocks at some of the marine animals, and there were consequences. NBC7's MG Perez joins us now from La Jolla Cove. MG, tell us what happened here.
Monica, that family was on the beach below here at La Jolla Cove, just like so many other families and tourists are right now. This is a place known for nature. It is also a hotspot for taking selfies and getting close to the marine mammals. But getting too close is against the law.
Don't get too close. These animals don't consent. Don't get too close to these animals. What are you doing, man?
Some of nature's most beautiful sounds and sights are part of La Jolla Cove's landscape. And some of the loudest beauty, too. San Diego City Park Rangers are here to protect and preserve life, enforcing local, state, and federal laws against touching these sea mammals or harassing them in any way. On Sunday, a family of tourists from China crossed a line. San Diego photographer Jim Grant shot this video.
Man, if you ever go to China, that's what they do, man. They throw shit at the animals at the zoo. That's like their whole thing. It's crazy. It's a real cultural thing. Oh shit, as soon as they said they were from China, I'm like, of course they were throwing shit at the animals. They're Chinese. Not to say it's not a racial thing. It's completely normal in their culture. I lived in Taiwan. It's a thing. They see animals and they throw shit at animals to try to get reactions because they think the animals should be moving around to entertain them. It's a thing.
Of a park ranger confronting the family for violating the law.
And he was given a really, really stern warning to a couple of kids about throwing things. And finally, he told the mother, woman in the brown jacket, come to the top of the stairs. Why should I give you such
The exchange ended with consequences Grant says he's never seen in his decades of taking photos here.
I wasn't going to give her a citation, but they had to leave. They were evicting that whole group from this area.
I've always considered myself a human sea lion. I mean, they just live so blissfully.
This is Jacob Stanton's first time in the Pacific Ocean. He came with his mother on vacation from their home.
This guy considers himself a human sea lion.
Atlanta. They both understand the beauty and the benefit of respecting the animals whose home they are guests in.
Yes, respecting the animals. This is what I love about America. We respect animals. Don't you know? We don't smuggle millions of animals in across the borders all the time. We don't do that shit. We don't kill billions of animals. We don't kill 10 billion chickens a year. We don't torture animals in America. We respect animals. It's you Chinese that are the problem. You guys just don't respect animals. We, the good Americans, we respect animals. Not you. Not you. All the other countries, they're the problem. We are really nice to animals, like when we put pigs into gestation crates so that they can't move while they're 9 months of pregnancy. They're not allowed to move. Why? Because we say so. It's totally disgusting and horrible, but we're literally trying to pass laws in Congress in order to force California and several other states to make gestation crates legal, even though the people of those states have voted to make them illegal. We would never. Respect animals. We respect animals here in America. You can't come over here from China and kick our sea lions. You got to kick cow. We only kick cows in America. We kick the shit out of cows. We take their babies the day they're born and we kill them and we kick the moms in the face. And then we take the food that was intended for the baby cow and we sell it. So you could kick a baby cow in the face or a mama cow, but don't you kick a sea lion. Let's see. Yes, we respect animals here. Where's my porterhouse? Yeah, let's all go to all those assholes talking about respecting animals are about to go to KFC and Chick-fil-A later on. They're going to be like, nom, nom, these are great. I love them. Nom, nom, nom. I'm eating out of a paper box because I'm a piece of shit. Americans eating out of paper boxes with plastic forks. I'm top of the food chain. Nom, 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 nom. So fucking disgusting. The Constitution isn't going to jump out of its box and save us from the pizza enjoying elite. So yes, it's not real and as straight as poetry. Hey, you know what? Hey, Speaker Sargon of Akkad, poetry is straight as fuck, and you are horribly gay for not liking it. That's just a fact. How dare you insult my poetry? How dare you? Keep my God's name out of your mouth, Steve! Listen. Look, man, if you don't believe in the Constitution, you're right here with me, man. I think the Constitution is important because it's a contract between the governed and the governors. That's it. and they broke the contract. So if you're saying that the contract isn't going to jump out of the box and do the work for us, I completely agree. Totally in agreement, except for the poetry thing. You're really gay if you don't like poetry. That's super gay for not liking poetry. But you're right about the Constitution. It doesn't do anything on its own. This is a participatory event. The government, it's democracy. We have to actually do something. The Constitution doesn't just work on its own. It's not a plug and play. It's not a set it and forget it situation. We actually have to do something when they break the contract. That's my whole point, Steve. I don't know if you've been watching the show for any amount of time, but my whole point is that the elites, the bastards, the Trumpstein class, the billionaires, the ones who contribute nothing, the lazy class, those folks are stealing from us. They're breaking the social contract. They're breaking the written contract, the Constitution, and we are doing nothing about it. I totally agree with you. Thank you for playing. I appreciate the confidence. I appreciate the contribution. Thank you so much for doing that. I like it. Imagine not liking music. This is the thing, man. I don't understand how people are. I barely engage in gayness. Well, you're like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk said you're not gay unless you're actually actively drilling somebody. When you're not drilling somebody, you're not gay. Charlie Kirk said that. But you can watch gay porn or trans porn all you want. That ain't queer. Unless you're actively balls deep in somebody and that person is not a woman, then you're not gay. Because he's totally straight. That's how straight people talk. That's how straight people always say shit like that. Straight people always say, well, if you're not actually doing it with a man, you're not gay. Like, I've never heard a straight man say that. Charlie Kirk. You can fuck him in all three holes. Good enough for Kirk, good enough for me. You can be queer if you only think about it. You can't, not according to Charlie Kirk. If you think about it, that's okay. You can watch gay porn, that's okay. Gayness is a behavior. Charlie Kirk. That's what he said. Thank you for everybody for being here. I appreciate you. My name is Skyjack Morgan. Steve, so my funding my lake house. Actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. Steve, I appreciate you contributing to the channel and also keeping the chat lively. I appreciate it. Steve is contributing to the community, whether you guys see it or not. One, he's paying his way. Two, he's actually getting people engaged and talking and bringing up salient points, whether or not we agree with them. And that's kind of the whole point of the channel, is to engage in critical thinking and debate. And you know, it's the whole idea. So I say welcome. Welcome. That's why I have no moderation set. I have moderators, but we have no moderation set. We have no AI moderation set on this channel. I hate it when I go to a channel and it's like, you can't type anything. Pisses me off. So anyway, 100% we have to fight for your rights and stop being so naive. That elite does it for us. Rich are more interested in fucking and scamming. That's right. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Laser Sword. Appreciate you being here. You just reached the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. Hey, try not to kill any animals today, everybody, because we respect animals in America. That's what they said. We respect them. Not like in China.
I think you should let them be in their own environment, and that's obviously why I'm not trying to get out and hop on their rods.
You know, you got to leave them out there, let them do their thing.
Yeah, just leave animals alone. Let them do their thing. That sounds reasonable. Just let them do their thing. That's it.
A picture, but I am not getting anywhere near it, so.
Yeah, just take a picture. Don't get anywhere near them. That's all I've ever said about animals. People are like, oh, you're one of those crazy vegans. My position is leave them alone. Let them do their thing. It's crazy. You're an extremist. Leave them alone. If you wanna shoot an animal, take a picture. They're beautiful. Let them go. That's my whole position. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm anti-slavery, totally liberationist, and I appreciate you being here. #1 news reaction show on YouTube. You're amazing.
Mayor Mamdani, thanks so much for joining us. The storm is New York City's
Mary
ninth
Mamdani.
snowiest since 1869. Earlier today, there were reports of some power outages in some parts of your city. What can you tell us about that? And has anyone been hurt in the storm to your knowledge?
Ooh, wait. God damn it. Dude, I've been talking about this. I'm like the only person talking about this. A lawyer jokingly told Les Wexner, "I'd fucking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words" during his February 2026 deposition. Totally agree. That guy is why we don't have the unredacted files, because the billionaires have smart lawyers, and the reason why a bunch of revolutionaries are always in jail is because everyone's got loose lips. Don't talk to cops. If you have to talk to a cop, use 5 words or fewer. If a lawyer who's not your lawyer is asking you questions, don't answer unless you got under five words. If they force you to, you answer with as few words as possible. Think of it like a tweet, except old school tweets, like 140 characters. That's all you get. Actually, all you get is 60 characters. 60 characters. Don't talk to lawyers. This is why the billionaires do what the billionaires do. Don't talk to cops. The only one talking to cops is Donald Trump. Snitch.
So it's a real pleasure to be on, Jake, and I can just start with the power outages. So we were alerted to the fact about 10,000 New Yorkers lost power, mostly concentrated in the Rockaways, and this time about 8,000 of them have recovered that power. We sent out emergency personnel to inspect the conditions, as well as opened up 3 warming centers to ensure that for any New Yorker who was without power, they had a place to stay warm and to stay safe.
I never understand why you guys live in New York, man. You guys are crazy.
Because as you said, this is one of the largest amounts of snowfall the city has ever received. This is the first blizzard since 2016, and citywide we saw about 19 to 20 inches. There were parts of New York City, like eastern Staten Island, we saw 24 inches of snow. Now, thankfully, that snow has come to an end at this time, and now it's a question of response. And I can tell you that we don't have any indications that anyone has lost their life as a result of this blizzard. We have been using every tool we have to try and get homeless New Yorkers inside over the course of the snow, where they can be safe and they can be warm.
Yo, I'm in New York. I got a gun. Let's go to a Broadway show. Hey, let's go to New York. Hey, let's go to a Broadway show. I got a gun. Hey, let's go to a peep show. Hey, let's go see Donald Trump. We used to hang out over in Queens. What do you say? Hey, oh.
The storm's also, of course, having a major impact on air travel. The last flight to depart New York's LaGuardia Airport was a Southwest Airlines flight to Nashville.
It's snowing over here. It's snowing over here. Oh, New York. What a beautiful place to live when it ain't snowing. Am I right? Hey.
Last night, do you have a sense of when airlines might feel it will be safe to resume travel?
I can't tell you an exact time. I can just tell you that we're going to be using every tool that we have to make sure that it's safe to travel, whether by air, whether by bus, whether by train, whether by bike, or whether by foot or by car. And frankly, we're very lucky here in New York City that we have the incredible men and women of the DSNY, our Department of Sanitation. And I began my day-to-day with them at around 6:30 a.m. seeing their Blade Runner 2.0 system, where they showed me that by 5:30 a.m. this morning, they had hit more than 99% of our city's streets with a first plow attempt. And that continues through the day as they has 2,500.
I mean, Blade Runner 2.0 sounds pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I mean, got Daryl Hannah. Does Daryl Hannah there?
Hardworking men and women on every single 12-hour shift. Right now, actually, there will be about more than 2,000 who are returning from a shift, more than 2,000 about to go on another shift.
Your city is urgently hiring emergency snow shovelers to help remove snow and ice from public areas, offering people $30 an hour. House Republicans are criticizing you for requiring workers to bring multiple forms of identification to sign up for that job. They tweeted, quote, "Let's get this straight. In Zoran Mamdani's socialist utopia, it takes 2 forms of ID to shovel snow, but no ID to vote."
Ooh, 2 forms of ID to shovel snow and no ID to vote. Oh, sick burn. Okay, so I don't know how he's going to answer this question. I haven't seen this. But 1, it is your constitutional right to vote. Firstly. So I think that one comes off the table immediately. But I've always thought it was kind of funny that in order to buy a gun in America, I need exactly 1 form of ID. And now in California, I have to have another, like, paper ID. It's not actually an ID. It's like a paper permission slip to buy guns to say, like, I can buy one, I promise. So I have to have my real ID and a piece of paper saying I'm allowed to buy a gun. Together, I can buy guns in America and as many bullets as I want in California. As many bullets as I want. So, and only certain guns. There's certain guns I can't buy. But anyway, if I want to sell alcohol in Las Vegas, when I used to sell alcohol in Las Vegas, I had to carry 5 IDs at all times on my person. A food handler's ID, a sheriff's card, my state ID, my alcohol awareness training card, and I forget what the 5th one. I had 5 forms of ID on me at all times. I think maybe it was a key holder ID or something. I had 5 IDs. Oh no, it was my employee ID. I had to have my employee ID to prove that I worked there in the casino. I had 5 IDs. But if you want to buy a gun Just one idea. It'll do.
Make it make sense, unquote. What's your response to that, sir?
Well, here in New York City, we follow the law, and it's federal law to require certain forms of identification in order for someone to actually be paid for this kind of a job. And so that's what we're asking for, 2 forms of identification. It's a long-standing city program. It's a long-standing city policy. And thanks to the hard work of DSNY, they've expanded their capacity for how many New Yorkers they can supervise at a time, now up to 1,800 per shift. And so these hardworking men and women who signed up over the course of the last few days and last few weeks, they've joined the work that sanitation has been doing, and they're clearing crosswalks, bus stops, fire hydrants, helping our city get back on its feet.
President Trump today briefly brought up the snow shoveling situation in your city. Take a listen.
Nice answer. He's like, well, that's a long-standing tradition. The city decided you need 2 forms of ID if you want to get any city job. That's it. Pretty good. All right. Sounds good to me. Wow, Zoran Mamdani able to answer questions unlike anyone in the Trump administration. Pretty awesome. All we have to do is make it to midterms. Yeah, you keep on dreaming. Also, I love you, co-sider, but even if we make it to the midterms and the Democrats win, we're still in the same situation. We still got a long road ahead. We still have to fight. We have to. I'll sacrifice. You bullshit, Adams Otto. You're here every day. Adams Otto. Don't try to give me. You're my super fan. Baby doll. Where you going, baby? You're my favorite fascist. What do you mean, Adams Otto? You're always here. Everyone knows your name. I noticed you when you came in. Now you're gonna be like, I don't normally subscribe, but I will today. All right, bro. Just subscribe. It's no shame. I subscribe to a bunch of right-wing shit that I hate. You can hate subscribe. It's all right, baby doll. Don't you worry. It's all right, baby. I don't get 1 subscriber ain't going to make or break me, baby. It's all right. I subscribe to Fox News because I watch Fox News every day, and I want it in my feed. I watch it every day. I hate to watch Jesse Waters, and I watch him every day. I hate to watch Greg Gutfeld, and every day he's on, I watch him.
It's so crazy. You know, the mayor of New York, and he's a very nice person. I met him, but his ideology is not too good. But we're having a massive snowstorm right now, and I've heard that he's asked people to come out and help shovel the snow. Okay, so you get a shovel and you start shoveling, right? What the hell? You're not going to help too much, but you can help.
The president actually praising you in there for being nice while kind of dismissing your snow shoveling plan. Have you talked to him at all about the storm?
What is wrong with give everybody like a couple bucks to come out and shovel snow? I mean, I don't know.
You need federal assistance. How often do you talk or text with him?
You know, I will keep those conversations private. However, what I will tell you is that the conversations that I have had in the past with the president, including that at the Oval Office, as he had shared right after, we're always focused on New York City and how we can make sure that we are actually helping New York City. And frankly, this emergency snow shoveler program is one that allows...
It's kind of pretty, though, huh? That view of the Brooklyn Bridge, you know?
Every single sanitation worker to be on the plows.
Man, one time I've only been to New York once in the snow, and I think twice. I've been there twice in the snow, and both times it's like black snow everywhere. It's so gross. It's like, ugh. But that's actually quite pretty. You got to get a lot of snow in New York to make it look pretty. It's pretty hideous normally in New York. New York in the snow ain't nice.
To be on the salt spreaders to get this city back up and running. It's why they've been able to disperse about 50 million pounds of salt. And then these snow shovelers are the ones who supplement the work, frankly, of the department. And what we've seen is here in New York City, as is the law, property owners have to clear the sidewalk in front of their property. They have to clear the crosswalk that's abutting them. And yet there were about 4,000 violations in the last storm of this. Our interest, frankly, is not in issuing violations. It's in finding compliance. And so this is also work to assist in that.
While I have you, there are a couple of things going on.
There you go. Not bad. Hey, we're not gonna try to fine you. We're just trying to. You guys all. Your job is to. You have to. I used to own a business where it snowed, and you have to shovel your own sidewalk. You have to do it. Also, if you own a home, usually you have to shovel the sidewalk. If you have a sidewalk in front of your house, you got to shovel that sidewalk. That's the rule. We are a country of rules.
In your city, I want to ask you about starting this month. New York City is hosting a rental rip-off hearing in each borough to address so-called bad landlords and predatory management.
Hold on a second. Adams Otto. Once again, I love you, buddy. But this whole red versus blue thing, you gotta break free, buddy. You gotta break free. They got you in their clutches, man. You gotta break free. You're their tool. You're a useful idiot for them. Democrat means accepting shit everywhere. I mean, I could just as easily say being a Republican means that you accept that they buy and sell our children and eat children and have private islands where billionaires all meet to fuck children. I mean, that's what you're signing up. Are you going to defy the chomocracy or are you going to defend the chomocracy? Those are your options at this point, Adams Otto. And while you're complaining about red versus blue, purple's making all the money. You're complaining about Coca-Cola. You're complaining about Coke and Diet Coke while Mr. Coca-Cola picks your pockets. Way to go. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Another gifted membership for Radio Parlesque. I hope that Adams Auto gets it. Wouldn't that be funny? Adams Auto needs to get it. Wouldn't that be great if he got a channel membership? I think that'd be great. You only talk shit about Republicans. Adams Auto, you know that's not true. You know that's not true. I talk shit about Democrats every day. Every day. Hey, Speaker Sargon of Akkad, thank you so much for being here. We need to worry about the hypertension of the rats in the sewer after all the salt runs off. Tell us, vegan skies. Again, what did I say? The position is, hey, leave animals alone. Pretty simple position. Leave them alone. Is that not? Leave them. Let them do their thing. You don't need to go out there and try to mitigate all the harm and suffering. It's just like, try to be a good person. Maybe don't dump sewage into the rivers and kill all the fish and everything. But more what I'm trying to say is leave the animals alone. Let's start there. Leave them alone. That's it. Let them do their thing. It's super easy. You want to go above and beyond and care about their hypertension because of the salt. That's up to you. That's up to you. That has nothing to do with me or my position. Nothing. But if you want to do it, I commend you. Thank you for looking out for the animals. Those little rats, they get hypertension because of all the salt we dump in the sewers. That makes perfect sense. I love you for thinking about them. I like it. But again, my position is leave them alone. If you love animals, take pictures of them.
Companies. What will the city do in response to serious complaints? Obviously, it's not nothing to allow venting and allow people to bring things to the attention of authorities, but what are the authorities going to do with that? Is there going to be legal action? Are there going to be new policies developed? What will it ultimately actually mean?
So it's exactly that, Jake. It's actually to inform a lot of the new policies we're going to be putting together. We want to make sure that those policies are reflections.
All right, New York. Yeah, they might find some people. Who gives a shit? All I cared about was the fact that Donald Trump and Zoran Mamdani are good friends now. They're really good friends these days, It just goes to show. The thing about socialists and democratic socialists is that they think that they can change the system from within by operating within the bounds of capitalism, and I call bullshit. Zoran Mamdani is just going to be another disappointing politician in a long list of disappointing politicians, a long list of lovable losers who can't get anything done because it's not the problem. Oh, if we just do this right thing, if we just navigate the system perfectly, we can get some things done for the people. No, the system is rotten. The system is complicit with fucking oligarchs. The system has been bought and sold and turned around and stripped down and bent over and raped, and you are the one getting raped. And Zoran Mamdani thinking that if he can move his butt cheeks in just a certain way that it won't hurt as much when they rape you, it's not much, man. It's not worth it. All the trouble going into Zoran Mamdani or Bernie Sanders, and they're all saying, oh, if we could just do the right thing, we just do it just right. No, the system is fucked. And we keep on thinking that if we rebuild it in just the right way, if we just patch it up the right way, no, man. This boat ain't going anywhere. We got a bunch of holes in the sail. The planks are leaking. We're sinking ship. And you're thinking like, oh, well, if we just patch it up and pull the rope just a little less. No, man. No. These lovable losers will continue to make a mockery of us. Zoran Mamdani is not going to get the shit done that he promised, and he's going to get even less done. That's it, man. That's why he and Donald Trump are great friends, because they're both part of the same scam, man. They're both just rich assholes, part of the same scam. You might say, well, Zoran Mamdani's a nicer guy than Donald Trump. Sure, he's a nicer guy. Well, Zoran Mamdani hasn't been convicted of rape yet. Well, sure, okay, that's nice, totally. But this whole idea of social democrat, we're just going to do it the right way, we're going to try capitalism the right way, ain't going to work, man. It never has worked. Bernie Sanders has been in office for like 45 years or something. The fuck has changed? It's gotten worse. Lovable losers. Same thing with these hypocrites, man. Same thing with AOC. She's a liar and a hypocrite. She's playing the same game they are. You think she's trying to tear down the master's house with the master's tools? She's not. Did I talk enough shit on Democrats, by the way, for everybody? Since everyone's, Adam, are you? You caught me talking shit about Democrats there, buddy. Fucking idiots, man. Just don't be. Look, if you love Zohar Mamdani, fine. If you love AOC, fine. But don't let him fool you. If you love Donald Trump, fine. But don't let him just fool you over and over again, and just let them lie to you, and you keep on repeating them and telling and just saying the same words they say. You just accept their lies. You don't even question their sources. The whole first step of critical thinking is questioning authority, and these are your authority figures. You have to question them.
Just in the last few hours tonight, a federal judge in Minnesota, a Trump appointee, has issued an order holding the administration in contempt for disobeying a court order in an immigration case. A federal judge finding that the federal government is in contempt. That is notable and unusual enough. But this is the second time the Trump administration has been found in contempt in the space of a week. Just a few days ago, another federal judge in Minnesota held a DOJ prosecutor in contempt in a different immigration case. She actually ordered the prosecutor to pay.
Well, Adam Sato, if that's all you hear, then you are deaf, dumb, and blind, and you are already too far gone. You're part of the Trump cult. You're in a cult, and I'm going to stop talking to you because you're just a fool, and you just make me sad. You just make me sad. You just make me sad.
Pay a $500 daily fine until the Justice Department started complying with her orders in that case, which they finally did the next day. That sort of thing has a way of getting their attention. But this is becoming a theme, and I think this is really important. Everybody said at the outset of Trump's second term that it would be a bright red line in terms of a slide into authoritarian rule in this country if the Trump administration started defying orders from the courts, right? You remember all those discussions? Well, the Trump administration is now routinely and frequently defying orders from judges, specifically on cases relating to immigrants. And the courts have not only figured out that that's happening, the courts have now decided to stand up and fight for themselves. We've seen the chief judge in Minnesota compile a list of nearly 100 violations of court orders in immigration cases just in that state. In New Jersey, the Trump Justice Department was just forced to apologize in court for violating more than 50 orders from federal judges in immigration cases. They were essentially pleading to not be held in contempt in that state as well. Another DOJ prosecutor also had to apologize to a judge in Virginia. This time, the judge had rebuked the Justice Department for keeping relevant information from him when they sought a search warrant for the search of a home of a Washington Post reporter. In another case in West Virginia, before a judge named Joseph Goodwin last week, this is a case where masked ICE agents arrested a man and jailed him without a bond hearing. Judge Goodwin wrote this. He wrote, quote, "Antiseptic judicial rhetoric cannot do justice to what is happening. Across the interior of the United States, agents of the federal government, masked, anonymous, armed with military weapons, operating from unmarked vehicles, acting without warrants of any kind, are seizing persons for civil immigration violations and imprisoning them without..."
That's so important to mention that these are civil proceedings, civil violations, paperwork crimes. You didn't get your paperwork in time, and they're seizing them anonymously and throwing them in the back of trains and trucks and throwing them in the back of vans and absconding with them. Does this sound familiar at all? Like you don't have your paperwork in order, so we're going to take you? Did they commit any crimes? No. They have civil offenses. And now they're being held in contempt by the courts, but are the courts the ones that are going to do it? Is that what's going to happen? Is the court the one that's going to happen? What are your first steps to do something about the system? I disagree with most of what you say, but I'd love a vague explanation of starting the reset you desire. It's not about a reset, although, wouldn't that be great? Billy Talent 74. It's not about a reset. It's more about self-reliance and relying on your community, building mutual aid, creating mutual defense situations, learning about your community and actually caring about your neighbors, ethics of care, you can even create a food sharing or food system or food like a food pantry for your neighbors, community gardens. They might sound stupid and little, but these are things that limit your reliance on the government because they're not coming to save you. And when the government gets out of control, because they will and they do, then you have a group of people who have the means to survive and the means to defend yourself. That's important. I'm constantly working to try to be part of my community, even though sometimes it's such a pain in the ass because I disagree with so many people and I have to hold my tongue in order to live in a community. You have to build those connections with people, because when push comes to shove, when the Nazis come to your door and you're not doing anything about it, you have to start start agreeing with people as far as like a tacit agreement. I mean, of if somebody comes from you, I'm going to protect you, or I'm going to do X, Y, Z, whatever, stuff like that. We don't do enough of that in this country. This is like step one, building community. When you talk about like what are my first steps, those are the first steps. That is not the end all be all, right? The first step is building community and starting kind of gift economy. Just the start of it. Just borrowing shit from each other, starting a tool lending library. It's so cool. If somebody's got a lot of tools in your neighborhood, they don't use them all the time. Wouldn't it be awesome if all of you guys knew each other and you can all go to Joe for tools? But Joe might not be good at, I don't know, baking bread, or I don't know, maybe Joe doesn't know what the fuck to do with cars, doesn't know how to work on cars or something. And then Jim knows how to work on cars, and Jim's going to help Joe work on cars, and Joe's going to lend Jim some tools when he has to like do something at his house. You know, that type of shit. It's pretty simple stuff. But you got to start there. That's first step stuff. Yeah. Reminds me of how young right-wing men think getting rich will save them from what's coming. It will not. The system bad. The system ball is birthing will crush all. Yeah, I completely agree with you, hate speaker Sargon of Akkad. Yes, you're absolutely right. Hold on, you get a higher pitch for that one. Exactly right. Reminds me of how young right-wing men think getting rich will save them. Getting rich will not save you. You're still part of the bullshit system. They don't care. And how rich do you think you're going to get? They don't care. As long as you're not a billionaire, they don't give a shit. If you're a billionaire and you're gay, you're okay. Scott Bessent doesn't have a problem being openly gay. Nobody's trying to hurt Scott Bessent because he's a billionaire and he's a Treasury Secretary. He's doing great. Or Commerce Secretary, whatever his title is. Commerce Secretary, Treasury Secretary. I think Treasury. I get those two confused sometimes. Everyone loves him. Barry Weiss. People love her. She's gay, but she's hardcore conservative, multi-millionaire, maybe a billionaire at this point, probably a billionaire at this point. Nobody cares. Doesn't matter if you're black, if you're a billionaire, totally okay. You got to be really rich. These young right-wing men think because they see people who are extremely rich that they're going to be okay, and they're not. You're not. Unless you build community. Community gardening is not going to save anyone. KCJ Bomber, totally right. It is not going to save everyone. That's not what I said. The question was, what are the first steps? First steps are use community garden. Like, I don't have a community garden because none of us have real yards, but we do share like I have a neighbor who has an avocado tree and a lemon tree, and she gives me lemons and avocados, and we help each other. I'm trying to build more of that. So no, community garden's like a good example, I think, and one that I've seen work before to get people together and start working together. It brings people together on the same days, and they start creating community around each other. It's there's a lot of soft returns and hard returns when it comes to community garden. It's not at the end all be all. Someone asked me what are the first steps. That would be like a first step, a possible first step. That's it. Yeah. How about stop crime and rest does its own shit without your kumbaya? Well, Casey J. Bomber, that's a very stupid way of looking at the world. You're just a stupid person, maybe. I'm sorry that I engaged with you now. Stopping crime is stopped by creating community and holding each other accountable in ways that are meaningful, not in hoping that the cops catch criminals. That's the dumbest fucking thing you could possibly do. They're not interested in catching criminals. They're interested in protecting property rights of the rich. That's why they're there. That's why they exist. Stop crime. You want to stop crime, you make sure everyone in your neighborhood's fed. You want to stop crime, you make sure everyone in your neighborhood is armed so that anybody who comes in from the outside trying to take your shit, you are all together. That's how you do that. That's how you stop crime. You arm all your friends and you help all your friends. That's it. It ain't that hard. Really. And sometimes feeding your friends and making sure everyone has enough looks like a community garden. And sometimes it looks like mutual defense. Like, I really am trying to build a situation where I can find my neighbors who are more into gun. Anybody who knows me in person knows that I go to the gun range every week. And I want to bring more friends to the gun range. I want everyone to be familiar with how to use guns. I think that's very important. That's me. That's the value that I have in my community. I have gun. I will train people how to use a gun. We will work together to go be good at guns together. I hope that I provide other ones. I have also do like a free book box because I think of head and hand. I know it's a horrible thing, but that's what they say, head and hand. So you have help like physical to help people, but you also help people mentally. So I hope that I can add intellectual capital, intellectual labor into the mix, so that we're thinking about theory and civics, so that we can build something meaningful. Yeah. Thanks so much. Do you know CPR? Yes, I do know CPR. Of course I know CPR. I've been very interested in learning new things. I know how to do all sorts of crazy shit. I even know how to knit. I can knit. I don't do it, but I know how to do it now. I've learned all sorts of things over the years because I wanted to be a well-rounded person. Yeah, I always wanted to amass as many skills as possible. Read lots of books, that type of thing. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining. My name is Skyjack Morgan. I'm an independent news and culture commentator, free speech and critical thinking advocate. Parenting is the only way. We lack it these days, says RibTip2149. Well, parenting is important, but of course, parenting takes a village. Like, a lot of times the problem with parenting is that both parents have jobs, and those jobs sometimes are 60 hours a week. And now, how does that leave much time left over in order to do, parenting? It's difficult to be a parent in America today, because everyone's fucking broke. And a normal job is not meeting the requirements for a family of 3. Family of 4, forget about it. But a family of 3, mom, dad, kid, or whatever, to be binary for everybody just because we're talking fast. But, in the heteronormative world, it's mom, dad, kid. There's 3 people. And you know what? Most of the time, both of those parents got to work. That's a different thing, man. My parents both worked, and it's worse today than it was back then. So, yeah. Don't you think having autonomy helped you develop that not government incentives like a weed garden or tool stealing programs? Those aren't government, buddy. What are you talking about? That's autonomy. It's community, not government. See, you're tripping. You're tripping. I'm an anarchist. I don't think the government does everything by threat of violence. I only want to do things by consensual agreement. You see the difference? There are no government incentives that are going to work. Government incentives generally, the only good government shit that happens is when we all get together and we have a plan to take a bunch of our money, put it together, and build the interstate highway system, or build mental health facilities because we need them, or children's hospitals. We take a bunch of our tax money, we put them together, and we have to build children's hospitals. That's the only type of government that I think is worthwhile. And those are like minor examples of, socialism. But again, socialism is the problem because it relies on capitalism, and it's all fucked up. So, you want to take from that what you will. But you're talking about big idea shit about government incentive. No, I'm saying reach out to your fucking neighbors and start building. It could be anything. It could be literally... You guys do it already. You guys already do like Call of Duty clubs and Minecraft clubs and shit online. We do it here on this channel. We have groups and we have a community that it's very important to me to have. But you have to do it in person too. You have to try. It's so much harder in person than it is online because you have to talk to people that disagree with you more. You have to compromise. But that's fucking valuable as well, hearing other people out. But if you let the government do it, you're lost. You've already lost if you let the government do it. Would you go onto the Kurt Metzger show? It's called Derp with Kurt. I think you would find your innocent nature amusing. Yes, I will go on any show, anytime. I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to go on. Is he a Nazi? If he's not a Nazi, I say yes. But I don't know who Kurt Metzger is. But I would go on a show if he ain't a Nazi. Tripping, right? He's tripping. You tripping? Exactly. All right. Hashtag grow your own. Exactly. Or have good social safety nets. But the social safety nets end up as a graft, right? If you have social safety nets, that could be on your community. It works better when it's just you guys, when it's just a community of people that you rely on. And you could eventually, when you get big enough, you'll have to start electing people in direct democracy type situations. But yesterday, I live in an HOA, and there's this thing going on in my HOA, something that I did not completely consent to doing, right? It's something that I'm forced into, but we have a board, and the board was at my house yesterday, and I was like, I'm glad you guys are doing this shit. Thank you, you know? Now, why does that board exist? It's to protect the money, so that's a whole other thing, but at least they're out there with representation and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Firefighting is the only thing that should be socialist and still got fucked up. Totally agree with you, man. It's a problem. Like, the problem with socialism and, well, the problem with any form of government, really, it doesn't matter if it's socialist, communist, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter if it's capitalist. It's that it gets fucked up because people want the money. People want to hoard wealth. That's why. Firefighting wouldn't be a problem if it was all about gift economy and the labor, the gift of your labor. If you were exchanging firefighting, like we have volunteer firefighters across the country. I've lived in areas where they had volunteer fire departments, and still they're in the street begging for money. They're in the street with a boot begging for money. Firefighters. So it's an issue. But you're totally right. It gets fucked up because why? Why? I mean, capitalism, right? I mean, there's lots of reasons why, but like, really, it's capitalism. He's a leftist. He's frequently on the Jimmy Dore show. He told the Young Turks show, "Oh, he's not like you." Hey, Speaker Sargon of Akkad, if you would do me the massive favor, and just link that on my community at that person on my community tab. It's like a nice soft introduction, and I will go and I will reach out. But if you put him on my community tab, like, hey, you should go on the at Kurt Metzger show, I will reach out. But it's a lot easier if you put it on my community tab. Hey, you should do this at Kurt Metzger. That way he'll have a notification and he'll know that audience members would like to see us talk, and I will reach out. I'd love to do that. KCJ Bomber. How about instead of low-cost housing, you have service housing for cops, firefighters, nurses, to not commute hours to the jurisdiction? Well, that was a whole thing. In some cities, KCJ Bomber, they actually passed laws that you have to live in the cities that you police or fire or the fire department for. And it became a different issue, but I always liked that law. Some communities actually have that law. You have to live in that area. And that means that if there's a law for that, you either have to pay them more in order to attract them, or you have to lower their housing costs, which is a really cool idea, right? Then the society has to decide on that. Either we're going to pay our policemen a lot more and fire department, or we're going to have to lower their housing or subsidize their housing somehow. I think that's great. If you want to be a cop, you should be living in the same town as me. You shouldn't be living 2 hours away. If you're a fireman, you should be living in this area. You shouldn't be 2 hours away. But that's a whole other thing. Thank you. Expand the local ones. Agreed. Now you're talking like a socialist, KCJ Bomber. Are you sure? Are you feeling okay? You feeling okay, buddy?
Tonight, some Republicans now joining Democrats, calling for embattled Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez to resign, as we're now seeing sexually explicit text messages between the lawmaker and a member of his staff who took her own.
What is it with you guys in the Republican Party always banging your interns? This poor girl killed herself. How'd she kill? She died by suicide.
Life. The texts were obtained by NBC News and confirmed by the attorney for the husband of Regina Santos Avilas. In one of them, Gonzalez wrote, quote, "Send me a sexy pic," and mentioned multiple sexual acts. Santos Avilas replied, "This is too far, Tony," and "Please tell me you didn't just hire me because I was hot." Gonzalez replied, "No way." The texts are only from one day and do not address if there was a physical relationship. Gonzalez did not respond to our requests for comment on the texts. Santos Avilas' husband has accused Gonzalez of having an affair with her. Gonzalez has previously denied the allegations of an affair, but now accusing his opponent in a hotly contested GOP primary of personal smears. Tonight, several Republican members of Congress have called on Gonzalez to resign or quit the race. We pressed House Speaker Mike Johnson. Do you still support Tony Gonzalez's re-election right now, Mr. Speaker?
I endorsed Tony before all these allegations came out. They're obviously very serious. It's too early for anybody to prejudge any of that, but we'll see how it develops.
It's too early. I love how when one of their guys gets caught, it's too early. But if somebody else, something bad happens, they're immediately an Antifa terrorist. This guy was caught with his pants down and his dick in his hand with a dead girl, and everyone's like, "Oh, let's not rush to judgment here." The Republican Party is always guilty of this stuff. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm surprised she's even of age. And here we are with this. He's in a district. This guy Tony Gonzalez. He's in a district where the Republicans were so MAGA. He won by it was 50.4% or something. He didn't even win by a full point because they had to do a runoff election because it was so close. It was very bad news that this congressman is now, it sucks because you'd think these Republicans, great, another one out. But he's not. He's actually less MAGA than these other MAGTARs that are there. You're going to get a worse guy in because he couldn't keep it in his pants. But he's MAGA. He's really hardcore MAGA. But, man, he's Texan. You know what I'm saying? It's nasty business. Oh, I'll super chat him $500. Why don't you... $500. I want that $500. I'll super chat him $500 with a request. Likely his best reach on X, though his streams are irregular. So if you reach out first on X, probably best. I'll reach out. Fucking Kurt Metzger. Well, could you actually just put it on the... Kurt Metzger. I will reach out to him just for you, buddy. Kurt Metzger. You got it. Kurt Metzger, everybody. Everyone should go to my YouTube community tab and at Kurt Metzger on the unit and just say, we want him on this show. Or we want you on his show, whatever. You guys should collab. Say whatever you want. At him in the community tab. Put a post in the community tab. Flood him. We'll make Steve's dreams come true. And we can all laugh about my innocent, doe-eyed approach to the world. And we'll see what he's all about. Let's do it. Let's bombard him. We'll do it. Brandon Herrera is a gun guy, a gun YouTuber. He's going to win. Yeah, I'm a gun YouTuber. I'm a gun tuber, but I would be excited to see a gun person because Donald Trump loves guns, right? Donald Trump hates guns. Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Can we get some emojis in the chat for Hate Speaker Sargon of Akkad and appreciate him for supporting the channel? Thank you so much. Hate Speaker Sargon of Akkad. Even if you guys disagree with Hate Speaker Sargon of Akkad, please drop a like or something in the chat for him, please. Give him a round of applause, an emoji, even if you don't like what he says. He is supporting the channel, and I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. He loves you with his hate. He does, Johnny Vegan Seed. You're right about that. But you know what? Like I said, I like the diversity of opinion and thought, and I don't mind, especially if you're paying your way. You're paying your way. That's okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. I think I got a couple more.
A special report for you right now. Heading into the State of the Union, we are going to document a resilient civic fact. Often obscured because Trump's movement works hard and spends millions to spin it. But Donald Trump in America is unpopular. He has netted fewer votes in most of the elections he's run in, as you can see here very simply. Most of his political career, he has been leading what is a loyal minority. In 2016, he was down 2 points when everyone had voted. They preferred the alternative of Hillary Clinton. In 2020, he famously lost by over 4 points. He doesn't have much of a majority over time, silent or otherwise. This is a fact in every measurable way. Votes, approval, and polling, he came back there with about 1.5 points. In Trump's chaotic year, since that 1.5 point win.
Oh, I love that Hamburglar outfit. Man, if you watch Melania, about 50% of the movie is her trying to pick out this outfit, the Hamburglar outfit. Robble. Just a touch more here, just a touch right here, just a touch right here, a touch right here, a touch more right here, more straight, more sharp, no wibbly wobbly, more sharp. That's like the whole Melania movie. Has anybody seen the Melania movie? You know I'm telling the truth. Have you seen it? Has everyone seen it? Just sharp. It's sharp. It's sharp. Oh, more sharp right here. Just a touch. Just a touch. Just a touch. Just a touch. It's like the whole movie is her micromanaging her wardrobe department. That's what the movie is about. They should have called it Melania. Dress to Kill. Something like that. Instead of a new film, Melania. They should have just made it a fashion movie. That's what she's interested in. And just a touch, just a touch, just a touch. Sharp, sharp. Over and over again, they're like, oh, she knows the language. She knows how to talk to designers. And every single time they go and ask her opinion, she's like, a touch, more sharp, more tight, more sharp. A touch, just a touch. It's the whole movie. Robble, robble.
Has landed him back in the same weak spot. That's his norm. This low that he's in tonight, that had Republicans talking about enough is enough, this is a far cry from those early claims we heard that the 2024 win was a broad realignment.
Good times, they're ahead. Hopefully lasting transformational change.
President Trump doesn't get credit for the complete realignment of American politics.
President Trump will do nothing that interferes with the success of the country.
The overall agenda, I want to be clear about this. What President Trump is trying to do has significant support.
What is going to be the biggest political phoenix from the ashes story that we have ever seen, ever?
Well, it is a phoenix from the ashes story, that's for sure. I mean, if they thought that all you morons would have voted for a guy that did January 6th, they probably would have released the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? You know, they. This is the problem. These idiotic Democrats gave the American people too much credit. They're like, there's no way they're gonna vote for a guy that was on the Epstein plane. Like, ain't that enough? We let it out. Like, can't we protect all the creepy billionaires? We let out that he was on the plane with Jeffrey Epstein. We let out the fact that he met Melania through Jeffrey Epstein. Like, that's public. Like, surely no one will vote for this guy. He did January 6th. Surely no one will vote for this guy. He says he wants to fuck his daughter. Surely no one will vote for this guy. He was convicted with 34 counts of felonies for rape, for paying a porn star while his wife, whom he met through Jeffrey Epstein, was taking care of his infant son. Surely you won't vote for this guy. And the American people said, hold my beer. And that's how you get American politics. Ashes, Phoenix from the ashes story, Brett Baer says. Completely correct. Man, I love American politics. You never know what's going to happen next. Like, I really did not have Kashyap Patel in the men's room with the hockey players pouring beer on himself, having a wet t-shirt party this week. I really didn't. I did not see that coming. Like, I knew he was going to go, like, when he said he's going to go party in Milan, he said, no, I'm not going to party. It's all business. I didn't see it coming that he was going to have a heated rivalry party in the locker room of the men's hockey team. You never know what's going to happen in American politics. That's why it's so great.
All right, it's chill. If any of those claims were even largely true, Donald Trump would not have crashed down to today's historically low support. By definition, a political realignment would last more than a year. And narratives matter because they shape actions. They get in people's heads. Many debated whether 2024 was either A, more about a rejection of Biden and Harris and their economy, or B, a big embrace of Trump and his plans for the long term, which would certainly mean more than a year. Trump.
I think it was, man, everyone's been talking about this for a long time. Like, why is it an embrace of Trump's policies? No, he doesn't have any policies. His policy is hate and cruelty and violence. Well, what is it? Is it because they hate black ladies? No, it's not because they hate black ladies. Although they do hate black ladies. No, they hate hypocrites. Democrats are a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Democrats did the whole summer of love, BLM, all that shit happened, and the vice president is top cop. She's a fucking attorney general, man. She's a cop. And we're all like, yeah, great. Joe Biden, an ancient old white man? That's who becomes president? And his vice president is top cop? And then the pro-democracy Democrats pushed through a candidate who had no business running. She didn't win any primaries. What the fuck are we doing? And so we got stuck between top cop and it's between cops and robbers. Shit. You put it like that, half the time I go with the robbers more than the cops. Shit. Even it puts me on the fence. I hate both parties. But like, I didn't want to vote for fucking Kamala. I just wanted Trump out of the picture. I want him to go away, never hear about him again. I mean, shit, man. Everybody hates hypocrites, and the Democrats are the worst fucking hypocrites. At least the Republicans are wearing on their sleeve. They're like, yeah, we're hypocrites. Fuck you. The Democrats are like, oh, no, we're pure. No, don't believe your eyes. Like, these guys are telling you to go fuck yourself about the wet t-shirt contest Cash App Patel is throwing in the men's room. They're saying, shut up. Why are you talking about it?
President Trump is trying to figure out his next steps with Iran, but a new report suggests some members...
There you go. Blatant hypocrisy. Remember, they told us Donald Trump is the anti-war president. No, we're never going to go to war again. Donald Trump says wars are bad. Why would we have wars? Oopsie. Another war. The guy's bombed 8 countries so far.
of his own team are worried about sparking a full-out war in the region.
Stephanie Bennett joins us live now from London with the latest. Stephanie.
Good morning. Yeah, President Donald Trump's top general is highlighting the potential risks with striking Iran. Now, Joint Chiefs Chairman General Dan Kane has warned it could lead to the possibility of a prolonged conflict in the region. It comes after the president said last week that if no deal is reached over Iran's nuclear program within the next 10 days, he could take military action. Now, according to that Axios report, they wrote, quote, while Kane was all in on the Venezuela operation, he has been more cautious in the discussions around Iran, 2 sources said. While Kane sees the stakes of a major operation in Iran as higher with a greater risk for entanglement and American casualties. President...
Yeah, we're going to Iran. Look, I'm surprised we're not at war with you. I was expecting us to be bombing Iran right now. I thought it was going to happen last weekend. We got a bunch of warships over there ready to go. I don't think we put them over there. We're all burning a bunch of gasoline and nuclear fission. We're doing a bunch of... most of those aircraft carriers are nuclear power. We got a bunch of nuclear reactors in the middle of the ocean over there near Iran, right there in the Persian Gulf, ready to go. And we're like, you think we're going to go into a war? Yeah, we're going to war. It's just a matter of when, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but I think that at this point, like, it's a foregone conclusion. In threatening Iran to do what you say when they already did what you said, and now you're going to say, like, if we completely took out all of their nuclear capabilities, why do we need to go to war with Iran? What's the deal? He said that we obliterated their abilities. You're saying that bombing that we didn't do the job? What the hell is the point of going to war in Iran? Why? Could it be some other thing? Clearly, it's not about the nuclear weapons. We already bombed all their nuclear weapons. According to them, if you accept their narrative, we killed all of their nuclear scientists and bombed the shit out of all their nuclear facilities. They don't exist anymore, according to Donald Trump. And now we're off the coast of Iran saying, you better not have nuclears. No enrichment program. They're like, you bombed all of our enrichment program. We already had ink on paper about not enriching to a certain level or whatever. And you backed out. You want us to sign another contract? Signing a contract with the United States of America ain't worth shit. Ain't worth the ink. We break deals. Donald Trump is the deal breaker in chief. We break deals like it's nobody's business. We do not keep our promises. Ask the Indians. We don't do it. Ask Iraq. Ask the last Ayatollah. We don't keep our promises. Sign a contract promising. I pinky promise. You want to just do a pinky promise? It's just as binding. A pinky promise might be more binding with the United States of America than a piece of paper, actually. So why do we want to go to all the trouble of bombing Iran again? But hey, Fox News says we're going. I think they're right. We're going. That's it. He didn't stop 8 wars. He did bomb 7 countries. Yeah. Bombing them. Poop in the Gulf. There you go. Pooping in the Gulf. Thank you all for joining. My name is Skyjack Morgan. It's an independent news and culture commentator situation going on over here. I'm a free speech and critical thinking advocate. I hope that you enjoyed the show. This is the #1 news reaction show on YouTube. Illegitimate non-carborundum. Don't let the bastards grind you down because I need you. We need each other and the animals need us most of all. Hit that like and subscribe button. The like is for a robust chat. The subscribe is because you got a little bit of a rebel in you. If you're a real rebel, though, you'll join the channel. Become a Sky City rebel. You get a ton of content from the vault. You get a special stream, an exclusive stream every single day right here on this channel. It's about to happen. It's called the Afterglow. We also do a after dark show that's more like philosophical. That's for purple and black belt members. We got a Sunday show with the Sunday show is for everybody, but we do the overground, the ethical overground. It's kind of like a brain trust situation on the Sundays where we hang out. We get an exclusive stream for you there. You also get exclusive content every single day if you are a channel member. We try to take really good care of our channel members on this channel. So thank you. Become a Sky City Rebel if you are a rebel, because you don't have to be a loner, but you do have to be a rebel.
I don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel.
That's right, a loner, Dottie, a rebel. Egypt and Ethiopia, they weren't at war. America and Azerbaijan. Egypt and Ethiopia were not at war. It's funny. Ethiopia, remember Eritrea and Ethiopia used to be one country, and then anyway, that's a whole, I don't want to get into like North African politics. But hey, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, Godspeed, Rebels. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you to all my channel members. Thank you to the Sky City Rebels. It is a wonderful community that I really get a lot out of, and I appreciate you every day. Thank you to everybody who contributed to the show today. I think Hey Speaker Sargon of Akkad is the one who funded this by far funded this episode, but also Radio Parlesk, a new member. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. We're going to do a show right now called The Afterglow and hang out a little bit and do a little celebration of the humanities and all of that. Thank you, everybody. Godspeed, Rebel.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so friggin' much.